Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday's podcast and the three key areas in our sales and strategy, the three trade intelligence signals that we're seeing in the market. It's very important to see. And again, what we're seeing in the market, what we're seeing, competitors are hesitating. So why businesses are pausing? Tariffs are creating cost uncertainty, supply chain disruption, broader global uncertainty. We think now the people who are researching the markets, development partners, and planets actually now may gain significant competitive advantage. Now, trade hubs telling us that you've got the data. You have the data, and you get all these platforms and everything to use, and nobody knows how to use them. You use our platform, which we use. We don't give it to you. We use it for you, and we get you the information that tells you what your data is telling you, and how then you can increase your compliance, increase your profitability, increase your sales, increase your markets. That's the key thing. Yeah, they're great, these platforms, but they're never designed, are they, for a normal person to use? Come on. So that's why we're not putting ours to the marketplace. Where we're exposed, again, identify the abundance. So start identifying the issues that you're seeing. Start looking at your data. Which kind of suppliers could be at risk. So again, if you're working very much in manufacturing, you're importing from China and other areas, don't listen about China. It's going to, don't, it's 1 + 3 + 4. If you're importing from China and it's working well, keep it going. There's no reason to change, but just be aware that there could be a situation there. So do you have an alternative if anything escalated, particularly geopolitics? That's the only thing you got to consider. And a lot of people but don't, you can spend months and months and months. We're all guilty of it. We go into a strategy, we do all these things, but actually nothing changes and it works. So again, you've got to look at that data and look at it at what it's telling. What's it telling? How often is it coming in? When you order, if you're bringing in 100, 200 containers a year, where are the pain points? Look at your data. It tells you. Everybody has the data. You just need to understand how it works. Again, what if cost increase? So again, looking at that. And that's where the hub, or what we say, we analyze that and look at it and give you them reports that you need, that then give you the opportunity to make them better decisions, whether you go into new markets, you kind of keep the markets that you've already got, or you decide that you need to spend more time in creating the market you've already got because the data is telling you there's a possibility. Is there more clients there? You're dealing with maybe 1 or 2 clients. Could you actually deal with more clients there? That's what the data tells you. Compliance is becoming the competitive advantage. Why do I say that? Because it's so important. Understand your customs, your documentation, your origin. Once you start to understand that, once you start to understand when I'm importing and I'm bringing, have I got suppliers declarations? Do I know exactly where that product's coming from? So if I'm exporting into Europe and I'm bringing steel in, does that have an impact on CBAM? What impact does that have on my business? How much am I bringing in? 100 tons, but how much is that actually going into Europe? And what's the forecast in the next few years? You can calculate. That's what data is for. So again, it gives you them advantages. Origin, what is the origin of my product? If I'm just a wholesaler bringing it in, the origin doesn't change from where it's come from, as long as they've actually made the product in that country. So again, they should have the origin on there. But again, when you're creating manufacturing, what processes are you doing to create the origin as the UK? Doing your compliance wins more business. There's no question about it. Trust me. I've seen this, I've been in this game a long, long time. And this is what I see. Again, monitor. So again, stay ahead of tariff changes. Review your supply chain exposure, turn compliance into advantage. That's what we're saying. It's not what's happening. The question is, how will you respond? How are you responding to all the geopolitics and supply chain exposure, everything around there? What are you doing as a business? That's the key. And as a sales guy, if you're clued up on this, there's a golden opportunity for you to earn some serious money. Trust me. So again, thanks for joining us. I want to be quick and just showing you what we're seeing in the market at the moment. And we look forward to seeing you on next week's podcast. Again, give us some comments. And again, we ask you just to subscribe. That's all we ask. So thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on our future podcast. Thank you.